Can I go by myself?
Yes.
I'm new here, so this is a
Me too.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much. Just a couple. I'm brand new at Vista High School. Started July 1, and what I've been talking about there is when our kids graduate, we want them to have a voice. We want them to know who they are as people. We want them to have a plan moving forward. So when I met with Evelyn yesterday to practice the speech that she's going to deliver, she's already the model of exactly what that looks like. So I'm so excited to have her represent our school today. So.
Oh, over. Oh. There you go.
Hello, my name is Evelyn Ramos, and I'm here today with my mom, Truth. I had a rather difficult time trying to decide what to share with you all today, but I decided to share a personal story, and this experience I went through taught me so much about maturity, growth, and patience, which are all lessons I will carry with me wherever I go. To start off, on August 9th, 2018, my dad passed away. To put it simply, on August 9th, 2018, that was the worst day of my life. He died about a week before junior year started, and junior year is infamous for being the hardest year of high school. So I had a ton of anxiety surging through my body on the first day of school, thinking about how much effort I was going to have to put into my schoolwork, while also trying to process the fact that I didn't have a dad anymore. Needless to say, it wasn't easy. School days were mixed with breakdowns I couldn't force myself to hold back, while nights were spent trying not to stay up until midnight, dwelling on the obvious absence my dad left behind. This past year has consisted of me constantly learning and unlearning. I had to learn how to deal with my grief in a healthy way instead of bottling it all up so my family wouldn't worry. But I also had to unlearn certain things like getting mad at myself for crying so much or for not being able to think about anything else other than my dad. I had conditioned myself to think that I had to get over my grief in a certain amount of time. I had to learn how to be kind to myself and patient with myself and allow myself to just be patient because these are human emotions and I needed to normalize them within myself. I needed to learn how to accept the fact that some days will be tougher than others while some days might be easier than others. Regardless of all the stress, tears, and sadness, I'd like to think that I've grown a lot and matured a lot because of this experience. This is definitely not the way I wanted my 2018 summer to go, but it did. It happened. I learned, I grew, I matured, and here I am. This experience, along with many others, have been part of the reason why I want to become a social worker. Giving back to my community in any way I can has been my main goal in life for as long as I can remember. When I get my degree in social work, I want to work directly with the kids I see at my school every day. I firmly believe that every student, no matter what, deserves to have a good support system, whether it is found at home or at school. Lastly, I want to thank the Vista Chamber of Commerce and all the sponsors for having us here today, and have a wonderful day.
Just so you know, she's already hired.
Okay, I don't even know how to follow that up exactly. The reason I was cheering is because I am a school social worker and I couldn't be more proud of Evelyn. Evelyn came to my office right after her dad died, and I didn't know her before that. And she was just in the full grief process starting at the very beginning of her junior year. And what do? You know, what do you even say? And so it takes a lot of strength to seek out help for yourself and know that you need help. And Evelyn did that while also maintaining a very rigorous course load and still doing very, very well. She participated in the grief group that I run at Vista High, and then And then the second semester, she opted to repeat the grief group and like really literally pulling up other students with her, you know, showing them that like, I'm at a different place now and you can be too, and really being a leader. And I just see her doing that in every aspect. Everything she touches, she's a leader and pulling other students up and looking out for other people in all sorts of situations. So I couldn't be prouder of you, Evelyn, and I hope that you will come and be a social worker back in Vista.
Buenos días. Quiero darle las gracias a todos, a sus maestros y a su trabajadora por haber escogido a mi hija. Estoy muy feliz, muy contenta. Gracias.
So, okay, I'll try. So she said, good morning. She said she's very happy to be here and she's very grateful for all of my teachers and all of my supporters back at Vista High, especially for Ms. Alshama, who has been there for me since the very beginning of my grief process. And she says she's very proud of me. So.